In this episode, I meet with TMS STEM teacher Mr. Belrose to find out just exactly what the problem bank is. I become a client of his students as they help me solve propeller issues with my drones. And we also take a look at sixth grade media studies students who, as part of a marketing campaign, created short commercials for Tingsboro Theater's production of A Christmas Carol. I'm Tim Daoust, and you're watching Inside TPS.
I'm Steve Belrose. I've been the STEM teacher at Tingsboro Middle School now for, I think this is going on my third year. But prior to that, I was a 7th grade science teacher. I think I've been here a total of 15 years now. So I've been in Tingsboro for a little bit. The Problem Bank is a really cool, unique project that a lot of STEM teachers are starting to integrate into their programs. Community members can send in or submit problems to the students to actually solve. So students are getting unique problems to use their problem-solving skills to solve the problems using things like 3D printing, vinyl cutters, and the other tools within our room. Well, the great thing about the Problem Bank is it ties in a wide array of the different processes and skills that we learn about in STEM class in general. So we started off the year learning a little bit about the engineering and design process. We transitioned a little into the manufacturing process, so we, tied in how we would then build it. We also learned about Tinkercad, using a CAD program to 3D model a process. We learned about 3D printing and how to use the vinyl cutter. So we've tied all this in. And what we're doing right now, the last process we learned about was called human-centered design. And that's approach to the engineering and design process, which really takes human feedback and puts it at the forefront of every step of the engineering and design process. So it's really more like a real-life skill where a company would hire someone to design a product for them, and you constantly need that client feedback throughout the entire process. So we learned about the human-centered design process. So when our students receive a problem from a member of our community, when somebody submits a problem to the Problem Bank, their design team that is assigned to them uses that human-centered design approach. So they'll reach out to the teacher and or the client and have what we call an empathize interview.
All right, so you wanted propellers, Mr. Daoust?
Yes, I do.
Could you show us what one of those look like?
Yeah, I have a couple examples here. These yellow propellers, they go to this like tiny little drone here, and they kind of like fit onto the pin. It's got a tiny little hole on it, and there's 4 propellers on each drone.
Are they the same propeller, all 4?
They are not. So the 2 front propellers are yellow, and the 2 back ones are black. And over the course of the time that I've had these, I've switched them out to see if they could miss and match. And it looks like they're designated to specific areas. So it looks like there's 4 different designs of each propeller.
Okay.
So are they at different angles? Do each have different dimensions?
I think that they do, because when I switch the propellers out, it doesn't fly properly.
How many do you want?
I would probably one for the drone itself, and then maybe a spare copy. And I think I have 6 drones.
Okay.
So 6 times 2, 12.
So we'll take some photos with the new software that Mr. Belrose has. We'll upload it, and then it will make a 3D print of the propellers. Is that okay?
That sounds great.
All right.
Awesome.
We don't really need anything else.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Once they've done their empathize interview, they've interviewed their client, they then go back, they discuss it as a design team and create what we call a design brief. They create what we call a needs statement. So they basically reiterate what their client had told them in the meeting, and they list their criteria, the client's criteria, constraints, and any kind of additional wishes that they might want to add on, like certain patterns, colors, textures, any kind of interesting designs. They'll share that design brief back with their client so their client can look it over and make sure that our students, the design team, truly understood exactly what the client needs. A lot of these design teams, the individuals in it have had their client as a teacher in the past. So if they know like their teacher really likes fishing, they may, tie in some kind of fish logo or something like that. And they will create what's called a rapid prototype, just a really rough prototype so that the client can see it in 3 dimensions, actually hold it, see spatially, how it would fit in their area and if it's exactly what they want. Once the client is satisfied and it's the way they want, we work to actually prototyping using our actual 3D printers or vinyl cutters. And once the client's satisfied with the testing and the prototype design, we'll print it to help solve their problem. One of the problems sitting in the problem bank waiting to be assigned is actually a problem bank website. So right now we're mostly doing 3D printing, vinyl cutting, customization, stuff like that. We can do almost anything. I actually want them to kind of design a website for the problem bank so that community members can click on the link, actually submit problems that we can help them. We have groups that are working on creating drawers for the teachers' computer carts, and they've taken some bins that we had lying around, and they're actually creating like rails so that we have pull-out drawers on the computer carts to give the teachers more storage. So there's a wide array of what's going on. And in the future, I hope to open it up to even more once we can get back in the STEM classroom, start using our woodworking tools and stuff like that again. It's really what we can create is almost endless.